out in the country.
That's why music makes pictures and often tells stories. All of them magic, all of them true. And all of the pictures and all of the stories. All of the magic, the music is you. It's my favorite John Denver song. I can't do the octave like he can.
Oh, you didn't know, right?
So this one is an old, hang on, I gotta find my notes. So this is actually, it sounds like a gospel tune, but it's actually Bob Dylan and Danny O'Keefe. This is I found it on a, what's his name? Ben Harper did it on a collection with the Alabama Blind Boys. It's one of my favorite songs. It's Danny O'Keefe's kind of an environmental writer. The man who stole the water will swim forevermore, and he'll never reach the land on that golden shore. That faint white light will haunt his heart till he's only a memory lost in the dark. So dig a hole in the ground straight down to hell till there ain't no more water in the well, well, well. When you're down on your knees, you got nothing left to sell. Just try digging a little deeper in the well, well, well. Well, the water used to run so clean and so fresh. Now poison creeps through and withers the flesh. The man sells back hot water like a fish on his line, trying to turn our blood into his wine. So dig a hole in the ground straight down to hell till there ain't no more water in the well, well, well. When you're down on your knees, you got nothing left to sell. Just try digging a little deeper in the well, well, well. Take care of your body like you care for your soul. Take care you don't dig yourself into a hole. Until you've paid the price, you don't know what it's worth. The air and the fire, water and earth. So dig a hole in the ground straight down to hell till there ain't no more water in the well, well, well. When you're down on your knees, you got nothing left to sell. Just try digging a little deeper in the well, well, well. In the well, well, well. In the well, well, well. It's like, I forgot how small the space could be. I'm like, hi, how's it going? So I close my eyes a lot. This is, Lauren asked me to do this, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to pick all my favorite songs that I love to sing, and some of these I haven't done forever. So if I burst into tears, you just have to live with it. So this is a song by a group called the Wyrd Sisters. They were around in kind of the 90s. Yeah, some of the folks here will know who they are. Oh, I don't know what to say, but you have to look them up. They're brilliant harmony. They're not together anymore, but they put out some incredible music. WYRD. I was a shy and lonely girl with the heavens in my eyes. And as I walked along the lane, I heard the echoes of her cries. I cannot fight, I cannot a warrior be. It's not my nature, nor my teaching. It is the womanhood in me. I was a lost and angry youth. There were no tears in my eyes. I saw no justice in my world, only the echoes of her cries. I cannot fight, I cannot a warrior be. It's not my nature, nor my teaching. It is the womanhood in me. I am an older woman now, and I will heed my own cry, and I will a fierce warrior be, till not another woman dies. I can and will fight, I can and will a warrior be. It is my nature and my duty. It is the womanhood in me. You have to hear that one in 3-part harmony. It's fantastic.
That was pretty amazing, just like that. So I'm here for it.
Some amazing music out there. All right, this is actually, I had to look this up because I learned this years ago from a friend of mine in Vancouver when we were in college together, and her mom did a lot of the folk music through the 60s. So this is actually the Fairport Convention, and it's from an album where they collected a whole bunch of really old traditional songs, but this is actually not a traditional song. He got inspired. It was actually a really personal story about how a bunch of drama happened in the group, and they separated, but it's written like a very old Celtic piece, and it's called Crazy Man Michael. Within the paths and out across the sea, Crazy Man Michael was walking. He met with a raven with eyes black as coal. Shortly two were talking. Your future, I would tell to you. Your future, you often have asked me. Your true love will die by your own right hand, and Crazy Man Michael will cursed be. Well, Michael he ranted, and Michael he raved, and he cursed the four winds with his fist. Well, he laughed and he cried and he shouted and he swore, for his mad mind had trapped him with a kiss. So you speak with an evil, you speak with a hate, you speak for the devil that haunts me. For is she not the fairest in all the broad land? Your sorcerer's words are to taunt me. He took out his dagger of fire and of steel, and he struck down the raven through the heart. Oh, the bird fluttered long, and the sky it did spin, and the cold earth did tremble and startle. Oh, where is the raven that I struck down dead, and here did lie on the ground? Oh, for is this not my true love, with a wound so red? Her lover's heart, it does pound. Oh, crazy man Michael, he wanders and he walks, and he talks to the night and the day. Oh, his eyes, they are sane, and his speech, it is clear, but he longs to be far away. Oh, and Michael, he whistles the simplest of tunes, and asks the wild wolves their pardon, for his true love has flown into every flower grown, and he must be the keeper of the garden. I love that one. Okay, I'll liven it up a little bit. Are you depressed yet? Okay, so this song is like one of those songs that sort of went by the wayside because it just like times change and language changes. And it was a John Denver tune on a really early album that was kind of done in barbershop style. And it's all about this town, Toledo, Ohio, which is a little tiny town in Ohio. So I figured I'm going to do a Canadian version. And so I was looking on the map for like the best name I could find, and there's a place called Grimshaw, Alberta. Isn't that the best name? So here's the song about Grimshaw, Alberta, instead of small Toledo, Ohio. What? Has anybody ever been there?
Yes, I've been to Grimshaw, and there's bonsai.
That's fantastic.
I lived in Balzac. There's no bears in the Balzac bar.
All right, so here's your story. Saturday night in Grimshaw, Alberta is like being nowhere at all. All through the days, how the hours rush by. You can sit in the park and you watch the grass die. But after the sunset, the dusk and the twilight, when shadows of night start to fall, they roll back the sidewalks precisely at 10, and the people who live there are not seen again. But two lonely truckers from Great Falls, Montana, and a salesman from places unknown, all huddled together in the downtown Tim Hortons to spend their big night all alone. Well, you ask how I know of Grimshaw, Alberta. Well, I spent a week there one day. They've got entertainment to dazzle your eyes. Just visit the bakery and watch the buns rise. But let's not forget that this is mile 0, the start of Highway 35. Straighter roads, faster speeds, that's the promise they made. So smile and be thankful when you drive away. So live and let live, let this be our motto. Let's let the sleeping dogs lie. So here's to the town of Grimshaw, Alberta. Folks, we bid you goodbye. fun. Especially when you're from a small town, right? And I lived up north for a while, so like I totally got, if you've ever lived up north and been on those roads, same thing. All right, I figured I'd do one of mine. I am not a songwriter. I was an angst-ridden 20-year-old. And this is sort of one that came after. It was my only attempt at a blues song. So, but it's the most fun one. It's the least depressing. Okay, so I'm going to teach you the chorus, and you guys can sing with me, okay? So the lyrics are, don't tease me, don't leave me, just give me this one thing, baby. All I want is everything. Okay, goes like this. Don't tease me, don't leave me, just give me this one thing, baby. All I want is everything. One more time, I'll give it to you. Don't tease me, don't leave me, just give me this one thing, baby. All I want is everything. Oh, you guys are sounding good. Okay, excellent. I'm getting tired of singing by myself up here. I've gone to see about a girl. Her touch makes my mind whirl. Just give me some sugar, babe. The sweet taste of what shouldn't be mine. Here we go. Don't tease me, don't leave me. Just give me this one thing, baby. All I want is everything. Well, I don't know what it is I see. Well, she makes my knees both weak. She looks at me and quite the same. I just don't know who is to blame. Oh, but another I'm hooked in tight. It's her I see in the morning light. She could be all mine for life. Love or lust, one's a need, one's a must. Here we go. Don't tease me, don't leave me. Just give me this one thing, baby. All I want is everything. Well, I surrender to this flow. I simply don't know which way to go. Love's hard to find, it just won't stay. This game is over, my hand's been played. Don't tease me, don't leave me. Just give me this one thing, baby. All I want is everything. All I want is everything. One more time. All I want is everything. Nice. Good job, guys. Sounds good with backup. Thank you. All right. I had to have an Indigo Girls song. There was 50 million to choose from. This is, I was picking rare stuff because I like picking songs that people don't know. So this is actually not written by the Indigo Girls. It's written by a guy named Gerard Mchugh, who's on, Amy Ray has her own label, and she sponsors and supports all of these amazing artists in the South. So this is one of this guy's songs, and they did it on an early album. And it's kind of been like this song that keeps appearing over the soundtrack of my life. So it's, anyway, I hope you like it. Well, I thought the time had passed when I could find beauty in the words. I set the stage and the scenery. Was rehearsing every word, yeah. When I tried to make it more, well, it was always less. And it's a thin line between pleasing yourself and pleasing somebody else. Somebody else. With my confidence on fire, I set to fixing up my role. My separation of desires just led me deeper down the hole. trying to get back to where I know that I should be, and hoping to God that I was just temporary absentee. And when I tried to make it more, well, it was always less. There's a thin line between pleasing yourself and pleasing somebody else. Yeah, and when I tried to make it more, well, it was always less. And it's a thin line between pleasing yourself and pleasing somebody else. Somebody else. Are you guys having fun?
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you so much for coming. This is pretty great. I'm so glad we got a good house, Marisol. Yeah. That's great. This is a great experiment, eh? First one. Yeah. Now we got the groove for the next one. All right, so I had to do a John Denver tune, of course. I don't know if anybody's a massive John Denver fan, but in the 80s he did an album called Foxfire, a movie called Foxfire. It was like a made-for-TV movie. And the writers of the show actually wrote this song, but it's been in my head for like 30 years, and I don't have the skills to like figure out the chords. So eventually I found a friend to help me with the chords, and I wrote it down. And I actually thank God for the internet, because 30 years later I was able to find, bye Kenna! I was able to find the first line of the second verse, which wasn't even in the movie, but they'd written the song. Anyway, so it makes me tickled that I can actually do this song now. Anyway, it's the whole movie is about the Appalachian Mountains, life in the Appalachian Mountains, and the foxfire that glows there in the bush. So it's related to the movie, but it stands alone on its own. Now the stars are resting, setting on the hill. Nothing is sounding but a whippoorwill. Down in a hollow, there the foxfire glows. Dear Lord, give all your creatures their repose. Day is done, dear Lord. Tomorrow's sun, dear Lord, is sure to come. Is sure to come. We have your word, dear Lord. Now the dew is sparkling on the spider's nest, and every shadow shrinking, slowly shrinking to the west. The breeze comes so sweetly across the fresh mown hay. Dear Lord, be with us through the newborn day, a newborn day, dear Lord. Oh, let it stay, dear Lord. Oh, hear us pray. Hear us pray. Hear us pray, dear Lord. Isn't that a great song? It's just so beautiful, and it's a really poignant part of the movie. And,
I do.
it's beautiful. Okay, so I asked my friend Mary whether we should do round of songs or a sea shanty and says, she said, she shanty. So I'm hoping to hell that some of you know how to echo a sea shanty. Please say yes. Just say yes. Okay. All right. So here's the thing about sea shanties. If you can remember this much, don't worry about the echoes if you don't get it. I'll get you on the chorus, okay? But if you can remember, it's the 3 syllables. So first line is, 'twas a cold and dreary morning in December. December. All right? And if there isn't 3 syllables and there's only 1, you just sing 1, 2. Yeah, the 3. Oh,
it's 4.
He said, oh, it's 4. Oh, it's 4. See, I can't count anyway. Okay. So down to the shipping office went. Okay? That's the 2 rules. Okay. So it's basically like the last word or the last couple syllables or whatever. Okay, the chorus goes like this. So, Paddy Lay Back. Take up the slack. Take a turn around the capstan, haul away. Haul away. There we go. We got somebody who knows. Bowed ship, station boys, be handy. Be handy. We're bound for Valparaiso, around the horn. Round the horn. Okay? Yeah, clear as mud? Yeah, okay. So let's do the chorus again because I love this song and I never get to do sea shanties. Okay, Paddy Lay Back. Take up the slack. Oh, come on now. All you have to do is echo me. You got to put a little enthusiasm in it. It's not even 9 o'clock yet. Okay, here we go. Paddy Lay Back.
Paddy Lay Back.
Take up the slack.
Take up the slack.
Take a turn around the capstan, haul away.
Haul away.
Bowed ship, station boys, be handy.
Be handy.
We're bound for Valparaiso, around the horn.
Round the horn.
Yeah, that's more like it. Okay. So I've only actually So I've only ever had a chance to do this once. I actually did it at a festival in Princeton, and the sea shanty crowd let me start it. I was like, I couldn't believe they even let me in. It's like an in club, right? And so I did it, and then they all gave me shit because I rewrote the whole thing. Because that's the problem with all these old songs. You get like 3 verses that don't make sense. And then what were you saying, Howard? They're supposed to be like that or something. And I said, well, that doesn't make any sense when you're trying to tell a story. So anyway, I rewrote the whole thing, so you guys will get it.
Drunk fishermen.
Yeah, the drunk fishermen have no idea what they're singing by the 3rd verse anyway. Okay.
Don't make sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Okay, so here's how it goes. 'Twas a cold and dreary morning in December. And all of me money it was spent. Where I went to, Lord, I can't remember. So down to the shipping office went. That day there was a great demand for sailors. The colonies for Frisco and for France. So I shipped aboard an Irish bark, the Hotspur. Got paralytic drunk on my advance. Oh, you guys are brilliant! Paddy Lay Back. Take up the slack. Take a turn around the capstan, haul away. Bowed ship, station boys, be handy. We're bound for Valparaiso, around the horn. Well, I joined her on that cold December morning. A flapping of me flippers to keep me warm. With the south cone hoisted as a warning. To stand by the coming of a storm. Well, and some of those fellows, they'd been drinking. And myself, I was heavily on the booze. I was sitting on my old sea chest a-thinking. I turn into me bunk and have a snooze. Paddy Lay Back. Take up the slack. Take a turn around the capstan, haul away. Bowed ship, station boys, be handy. We're bound for Valparaiso, around the horn. Well, I dreamt that I was in the Jolly Sailor. Along with beautiful Kate a-drinking beer. I was thinking what jolly chaps were sailors. Then I woke and wiped away a tear. Well, in the morning I was feeling sore and sickly. And I wished I hadn't sailed away again. Then the captain's voice came thundering through the floor. Lay up your sons and dancing to your names. Y'all are brilliant. There's only 2 more verses. Paddy Lay Back. Take up the slack. Take a turn around the capstan, haul away. bound for Valparaiso round the horn.
Round the horn.
Well, I asked the mate which watch would be mine, sir.
Mine, sir.
He said he'd soon see which watch was which.
Which was which?
Ah, nicely done. Well, I felt that I should skip or to another.
Another.
Then we might get through the trip without a hitch.
Without a hitch.
Well, I quickly made me mind up that I'd jumper.
Jumper.
I'd leave the sea and get a job ashore.
Job ashore.
So I swam across the bay and went and left her.
Left her.
And I found myself on land again once more.
Once more.
Paddy lay back.
Paddy lay back.
Take up the slack.
Take up the slack.
Take a turn around the capstan Holloway.
Holloway.
Bound ship station, boys, be handy.
Be handy.
We're bound for Valparaiso around the horn.
Round the horn.
Well, Jimmy, my mate, he knew a thing or two, sir.
Two, sir.
Soon he'd ship me out, we're bound again.
Out again.
And I'm aboard a boat bound for now Valparaiso.
Razor.
Ah. And I don't know if we ever will return.
Will return.
So here I am once more again at sea, boys.
Sea boys.
The same old ruddy business all over again.
Over again.
Well, stamp the capstan round and make some noise, boys. And sing again the dear old sweet refrain.
Refrain.
Paddy lay back.
Paddy lay back.
Take up the slack.
Take up the slack.
Take a turn around the capstan Holloway.
Holloway.
Bound ship station, boys, be handy.
Be handy.
We're bound for Valparaiso round the horn.
Round the horn.
Nicely done. The fact that I can say Valparaiso 6 times is fairly impressive.
Yeah, you need more drinks for that one.
Yeah, right? All right, how are we doing? What time is it? Anybody know?
8:10.
It's only 10 after 8. Wow, that was fast. Okay, well, okay, so I have one song left. Do you guys want to sing some more?
Sure.
Okay, let's do one more. So let's do the round 2. So one of my favorite rounds to do, you can actually sing like 6 of them together, but we've got lots of singers here, so we can lead this. Okay, so one is Oh When the Saints. We got lots of singers here, come on. Even if you don't think you're a singer, you're a singer. That's right, you can breathe. Okay, so you can do Oh When the Saints, Swing Low, This Little Light of Mine, Some Bright Morning, This Train is Bound for Glory, and Amazing Grace. You can actually do all 6. And there's a couple of others. I've been collecting them over the years, but we won't do all 6. Okay, so pick your part, but you might want to sing the same as your neighbor if you're not that comfortable. So, okay, so let's start with Oh When the Saints. I haven't led this for a while. Okay, so it's just the chorus. You only need to remember 4 lines. You only have to do the chorus, okay?
And then you go to the next one, is that it?
Well, what I'll do is bring them all in. So you just repeat. Pick a part and just repeat those 4 lines, okay? And then we'll bring the parts in. So they all can be sung overlapping, basically. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Some of you keep going. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, I want to be in the number. When the saints go marching in. If you have to plug your ears, that's fine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. One more time. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, that makes my heart so happy. That was great, you guys. All right, one more tune. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming. That was really great.
It was good to see it.
It was really great. So this is one of my all-time favorites. It's called My Lagan Love, if anybody knows it. It's a very old Irish tune that I learned in college years and years ago. So I'll just sing. The coolest story I have about this song is it's written in not a standard key. It's like, if you know anything about music, it's what is it called? A modal key. So the harmonies are very minor. And we went to Europe and we ended up singing in this giant, like, oppressive war monument. The guy who organized the trip wasn't very good at it, so we ended up in this weird space. And so there was like 12 of us. We were supposed to do a concert, and there was like people wandering around with these 15-foot statues of like old giants going like this. It was the worst thing ever. But they had a second balcony, and somebody told me like when you're in the Vatican, it's like a 12-second echo or something. So I got to sing this song in that space, and there was like a 10-second echo. So every line of the song overlapped in these incredible modal harmonies. It was the most ethereal experience. So anyway, that's my favorite story about that song. Okay, did you guys have fun?
Yes.
And you're going to tell all your friends about bonsai bagels? Yes. And you're going to come buy bagels every week?
I don't have a gluten allergy.
Yeah. Have we got gluten-free bagels yet? He's working on it. Where Lagan stream sings lullaby, there blows a lily fair. The twilight gleam is in her eyes. The night is on her head, and like a lovesick Lennon she hath my heart in thrall. No life I owe, no liberty, for love is Lord of all. Thanks. That was Thank you, everybody. Well, thank you. Oh, seriously? All right, okay, I'll do one more. Okay, this is I can probably remember it. This is I probably learned this when I was like, this is probably about when we were singing, Lord. Yeah, it was like one of the festival books, you know, the Kiwanis festival books. Yeah. I don't know, do you know it? It's the, I will give my love an apple. You know that one?
Yes.
No, I don't think so, because it was like in the Soprano book or something. Okay, let me see if I can find it.
Well, not the way I do it. I sit on mine mostly.
If you want to try them, I got one.
So this is a really old, it's called the Riddle Song.
I tried to make friends with my girl.
But it's a different version of like the traditional British riddle song that you know of. Anyway, it goes like this. I will give my love an apple without e'er a call.
Oh, yeah.
I will give my love a house without e'er a door. I will give my love a palace wherein she may be, and she may unlock it without any key. My head is the apple without e'er a core. My mind is the house without e'er a door. My heart is the palace wherein she may be, and she may unlock it without any key.
Cool.
Thank you, everybody. That was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shannon, that was beautiful.
You're very welcome.
I know, and everybody's out there, they're on their
Hi, thank you. I saw I know, that's why, like, I wish Tony would come down and then I could do some stuff with her, right?
You guys would harmonize.